See you right after the next run has started.
Alright, see you all soon then.
This is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon Lockout Bingo. So let's do it. If we're all ready for a countdown here.
Do we have the bingo board on screen, or is that showing up later?
That's gonna show once the timer has started.
Okay, just making sure. Don't worry.
Yes.
Well, I think we're all ready then. I hope so.
I think I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Alright, I'll count you guys off. Let's start this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Cool.
Thank you.
A little bit of a clap there. Well, good luck, and I hope it goes well for you.
Alright, so this is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, also known as Luigi's Mansion 2 in the European version. It is the second game in the Luigi's Mansion series. So we've got Rex and Banana doing the Lockout Bingo. We chose this category for our run here because we thought it'd be the most exciting to watch. There's a lot of different strategies that go on with this. Many different routes. The game is very open because we start on a completed file. You have all the missions available, so it really just gives you a bunch of options here. So I have to see what these runners are going for.
Which is actually very useful, especially in a speedrun, and especially in Bingo, because the missions allow you to go anywhere in the story, unlike the other two installments in the game where you couldn't go anywhere you wish. So we take that to a huge advantage in this game.
Absolutely. We see Banana is starting off in A1. Looks like he might be going for the A1 and A3 any percent route space. One thing I think I can touch on is some of the spaces here that we see. The bread and butter of the Dark Moon Bingo is gem spaces. You never see a bingo that the runners don't get gems in. We'll be seeing plenty of those throughout the run, I'm sure. Those are just little collectibles that you see throughout the mansions. Sometimes little puzzles along with them.
And thankfully, unlike the first game, you can recollect the gems in this game, which is very useful.
Yeah, absolutely gives us a lot of options for bingo. There's also a few all gold greenies spaces on this board. So gold greenie is a type of ghost that you see in this game. They'll give you a bunch of gold when you collect them.
Basically like a speedy spirit. Except it's not really fast, it just goes around all over the place expecting you to catch it.
Yeah, eventually it does leave if you don't get it. Also, here we see Rex doing a skip in the conservatory. Don't know if you guys saw that. But yeah, that's one of these few skips that we have in this game.
Very consistent one, thankfully.
So yeah, we see Rex, speaking of a dog there, doing a Polterpup mission. So there's a
Oh, good
few
timing.
missions in this game where you see this lovely Polterpup have to catch him 3 times throughout the game. Let's see, is that a space on this board? I know. Oh, yes, it is. Column 4, you see all Polterpup missions as one of those spaces, so Rex could be going for that space there.
Is there any particular space that you have on there that looks like it's particularly hard out of all of them, or that'll take a
We
long time?
the spaces that take the longest are the all gem spaces and the 12 gem spaces. So in row 3, you see the 12 gems haunted and all gems gloomy. Um, those 2 spaces would take a bit longer than the others. Also, 12 gems mines in column 3.
Yeah, it's quite nice that 7 gems mines and 12 gem mines are right next to each other, so...
Absolutely, yeah. If a runner goes for one of them, they'll probably get the other.
So in that sense,
Also,
how... Like, column 3, just looking at that, is that a worthwhile, like, investment, or...
could you say that again? Sorry, I
Column
buffered a little bit.
3, the, just all greeny mines and the 7 gem mines, is that, like, worthwhile trying to go for it?
Oh, absolutely. If you're in Mines, Mines is one of the 5 mansions in this game. We've abbreviated the names to the Mines, Gloomy, Haunted, etc. on there. Um, if you are completing an objective in one of the mansions, it's very convenient to try to combine it with other objectives within the same mansion. So that's where a lot of the complexity comes into play with this, with the bingo here. So many things to focus on, especially in Lockout, because you don't have a specific row or column in mind. You're just trying to go for as many spaces as you can.
Banana right now completing A1 with 0 gold. I do, I do believe that there is a low percent space on here. I could be wrong.
Yeah, low percent 3 levels are bonus missions.
Hmm.
So that just consists of not collecting any gold.
And if you're wondering, low percenting this game is possible, but it is kind of hard. It is a category on our leaderboards, but we don't really run it. Only Banana and I have ran it.
So, as one of them went for the Polterpup earlier, do you reckon they might be going for the 3-floor Polterpup option?
Oh, 3-4 Polterpup, I did not touch on
It's
this.
second row. Oh, second column, sorry. 4th row.
Yeah, so that space actually refers to the Scarescraper.
Okay.
So the Scarescraper was a mode that was added to this game. It's a multiplayer mode. There's an online component with it. The players won't be going online though. Those spaces are best completed in solo online. So that's just a type of Scarescraper that you can play.
Yeah, I'd say it's rather unfortunate they didn't bring back the Polterpup mode in Luigi's Mansion 3. I personally liked it, but opinion is your opinion, I suppose.
I assume you guys have been playing through Luigi's Mansion 3 as it's been more recently released. Has that been enjoyable?
Very much.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's been a very popular speed game for sure.
Yeah, I've seen like on day 1 or 2, it's just been run straight away.
Now the board's almost up to 100 players.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's incredible.
And their any percent time is now faster than Dark Moon's time, which actually does blow my mind.
What is the 80% time now?
2:48:50.
Lovely.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, actually, HD Lax got a new world record just yesterday of a 2:48:01, or maybe that was this morning. I forget. It's very recent though.
That's really crazy. The game has been released only like a month ago, and yet there's already such a gathering around it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I suppose when Dark Moon and the prior Luigi's Mansion games have been speedrun quite consistently in the past, it just means, oh yeah, of course I'm gonna want to do that again here.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's before the game came out, I was like, all right, this is a brand new breath of fresh air, and it indeed is.
Also, Banana getting the first space in this bingo, A1 and A3 any percent route. I guess I should talk about that space a little bit. There's two main categories for this game, any percent and New Game Plus. New Game Plus taking place on a file that's already been mostly completed. The any percent route on those two missions in particular vary just slightly from the New Game Plus routes.
And unlike any percent, New Game Plus is you basically just going through the game as fast as possible. You have all the poltergeist upgrades, so you're free to just go to the end of the mission and not have to worry about money. In any percent, of course, you have to worry about money to our standards, because as you collect money throughout the game, you upgrade your poltergeist, and we consider the top level for any percent, top poltergeist upgrade for any percent is the poltergeist with the gauge 3 ability, which takes 50 damage from a ghost if you charge it up that much.
Then Rex claims his own first space, All Gems Gloomy, which is one of the fastest All Gem spaces.
Unfortunately, Banana taking a bit of bad hider RNG in this foyer section of A4.
Oh yeah, this room is really rough. Oh,
Hiders
Rex
can
is
be-
going into Scarescraper, looks like.
the
Ah,
hiders
so does
can-
that mean he's potentially doing the column 2?
Yeah, 3-4 Polterpup. Because I don't see any other Scarescraper spaces on this board.
Lovely.
So you guys get to see a little bit of the Scarescraper too.
Because of course they brung this back for Luigi's Mansion 3, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
I've seen little bits of it online. It's been pretty entertaining to watch and catch up with.
Oh yeah, Scarescraper is a lot of fun with friends.
Especially this game, Scarescraper. It's actually not the best. We believed it's like one of the last things they planned for the game. That's why it's kind of weird and glitchy sometimes. There's a common glitch that we see in Scarescraper called key glitch. Reed, can you explain that?
Oh yeah, the key glitch. It happens in Hunter mode where you have to go around the floor catching ghosts. Occasionally you find locked doors on the floor, which you need to find keys for. However, there's the key glitch, where the key won't spawn for some reason and then the floor just soft locks and you lose the game because of it. We don't really understand completely why it happens. Although we've had many theories.
What do you think would be the most plausible out of all those theories that you've been thinking about?
Well, the most plausible one that we thought of was if you enter a dark room, a room that has ghosts, and you have to search an object to make the ghost spawn, and if that room has a key in it, then the key won't spawn sometimes. Like, it's still inconsistent. There's two different ways that ghosts spawn in a dark room. Sometimes they'll spawn immediately when you enter the room, other times there's a piece of shaking furniture, and you have to search that to make the ghost spawn. But if it's a room that has a key in it, sometimes that object, we have a theory that that object that you had to search to make the ghost spawn was the one that had the key in it. So the game just thinks you already searched that when it allows you to search for the key after you clear the room.
Also, basically, the rooms are acting as if you already had the key, even though you don't. At least
Yeah,
that's a theory.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's the theory. That's the best theory we have.
And also, I do believe Rex has the dark light goggles on right now.
Oh yeah, you can see the rainbow around his screen.
Yeah. With the dark light goggles, you can see anything that's invisible, which this is very useful for Culture Cup mode, considering you can see their tracks up their paw prints on the ground.
So just to bring it over to Banana's side of the stream, is there any particular goal does it look like that they're doing?
See, right now he's catching a boo, which catching boos in this game is pretty funny. You just throw them around the room and they bounce. Seems he's having trouble catching him though. He's stuck under the table. Very unfortunate. I've never seen that before.
At least he didn't get that one in particular place next to the door over to the library.
Oh yeah, sometimes the boo likes to take a
Clip out of
vacation
bounds.
out there.
Clip out of bounds and you just can't collect him. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going for A4 Boo and Booper Trooper, which is E2's Boo. Also another Boo that is required just in the any percent route because it's just part of the story, I suppose.
Yeah, so the fun thing about those two boos in particular, you may notice there's no other space really that has boos on this, at least on this board. There's one other boo space, but once you catch a boo in this game, you can't catch them again. They're just not able to be caught again on that mission. So we wanted to add a boo space, and for some reason, A4 Boo and Booper Trooper, those two boos will respawn every time when you have to play the mission, just because they're a key part of that mission.
And just a little fun fact, that A4 Boo does not have a name.
That's right, he's the only boo in the game that doesn't have a name.
Very weird, but I guess the developers just didn't think of a name for him because they were paying too much attention to the dark light, maybe. I'm not really sure. I do believe Banana is going for some gold greenies too.
Yeah, it looks like it.
For greenies.
He's probably gonna tie that in with some gems here too if he's gonna multitask. Yup, he's going for a gem here.
So do you often do lockouts? Is that more common, or is it more preferable to do like a single sort of bingo or anything like that?
Well, we've sort of shifted more towards Lockout recently. For the last Bingothon, we were able to perform for that one as well. We did a double bingo that time. But then we thought maybe Lockout would be more fun. So we used to do doubles and singles a lot, sometimes even triples. But now we've shifted more towards Lockout, and I find this mode to be a lot more enjoyable.
Same here.
Yeah, lockouts are quite fun to try to do because it also makes you think, now I can't actually do that row.
Makes you and your opponent very competitive.
And really accentuates the fact that you have to really make stress on the fly because sometimes your stress can just go flying out the window because what you wanted to do just got taken by your opponent.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Although that doesn't happen as often as you would think in this game. Because it's so open, generally two players will rarely have the same idea.
And of course, that one line has just started there with Rex's thing, so it's already like, oh, okay, he's gonna go for that. Is there ever a situation where it's actually an idea to, oh, I know he's going to do that, let's just take that goal while I'm here?
It's pretty difficult to incorporate that sort of idea. Lockout already has a bunch going on.
Oh, 100%,
Because
but
every mission probably has at least 2 or 3 different objectives that you can be looking at a time, if not more than that.
Oh, and Rex doing a little mini skip right here, skipping over the East Corridor, which just takes you through the portal and takes you right through into the study, which saves about 5 to 10 seconds, I think.
It's not that much actually.
Not that much. Okay.
But if you're going for world record on that mission, you better be using that strat.
Oh,
But yeah, I
yes.
guess one. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
Okay, one thing I should note, with Lockout, you're not really focusing on getting a particular row or column. In fact, that only sometimes happens. You're just trying to get the most amount of spaces before your opponent. So there's 25 squares, so the winning number is 13. Once you get to 13, it's impossible for your opponent to beat you. So
Going
yeah,
back
that's the number we'll be looking out for.
And going back to Rex being in the study, you may have noticed that he was trying to go through the portal, except he just couldn't. One little side effect to that skip is the portal doesn't have a hitbox for you to go through. I'm not really sure why that happens.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
May I just chime in for a donation a second?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because we have a $1 donation saying it's 2/3 towards the sunshine incentive. Come on, guys, you can do it. So if you want to see that sunshine incentive coming up after this, go do that. But speaking of incentives, I mean, technically we could still do the Luigi's Mansion glitch showcase after the run.
Oh yeah.
Would you go? I
For
mean,
sure.
it's $100, but like, what sort of glitches are there to show off?
We have tons of soft locks and crashes. Over 20.
Yeah, plenty.
Also, there is besides soft locks and crashes, there's a glitch called EGAD storage, so throughout this game, EGAD calls you and usually that stops Luigi in place. He has to get out the dual scream and he has to take the call. With EGAD storage, you don't have to stop for it. You can just keep that text on the screen and keep on moving, even when EGAD's talking to you. It's pretty cool. The game is sort of paused, and there's a lot of different weird side effects from it. I'm not sure if the runners will be showcasing any of those, but they are certainly pretty crazy. And there's one pretty significant skip in any percent that uses EGAD storage. It's pretty cool.
Oh yes. Basically, you have to collect a gem and push it down to where the cutscene starts, and if you collect the gem as you're going into the cutscene, yeah, that triggers EGAT storage. It's very interesting, and it helps out a lot.
Yeah, it lets us one cycle the next boss.
Mini boss, technically,
Yeah.
but Banana just now getting out of D1, saving that toad, letting that toad go back to the bunker. About toads in this game, they're annoying. They aren't in their fullest in this game. They can be, as I said, annoying. If you get too far away from them, they'll just sit down and start crying. It's not easy to deal with.
Yeah,
But
plus the moment that you take damage, they'll start running around crazy.
But shouts to Luigi's Mansion 3 and next level games. They definitely improved Toad in that game, and I'm really thankful for that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Toad he'll follow you, and even when you go through a door, he'll teleport to you. It's very nice in that game.
Something you can't do in this game. If you try to go through a door without Toad, you'll be, hey, can you come over here, please? Yeah.
Yeah, even
huge
when you throw him
improvement.
off a cliff in Luigi's Mansion 3, he'll just spawn right next to you.
The magic toad.
Exactly.
And he can't even teleport down to where he needs to be, gosh, and you have to show him. Oh.
There is
Rex. Oh, go ahead.
there is a goal that's been catching my eyes, like from the very beginning, and I'm just wondering about it. It's the one saying 2 missions, 25 seconds off world record. That one seems. I don't know how close, like how tight the world record are for those missions, but it seems like a brutal card, a brutal objective. But then again, it depends on context. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely can be, and for some missions, that's downright near impossible.
Yeah.
Like for newer bingo runners, they struggle a lot with that space because they're not as experienced with the game. But
We've been
if
doing
you're
this a while.
if you've got the ropes, you can get pretty close to the world record pretty often, and
It's kind of easy.
but yeah, each mission has its own leaderboard on our speedrun.com page. It actually makes for a very rich environment for us to run in.
Also, there's a high culture of the individual levels and not just the entire game categories, basically.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dark Moon is about 3 hours long, and if you're just starting out, a blind run could be maybe close to 4 hours if you don't know the strats. So for new runners, the ILs are very appealing because each mission is only about like 3 to 4 minutes, about average.
Yeah, my first run of any percent was somewhere in the 4 hours, but now I'm about to hit sub 3, so pog.
Indeed, indeed.
Bog jump.
So Banana is still in the mines going for gold greenies. He's in D2 right now, so he's still got a little bit to go, but he's making good progress. Rex is going for gems in Treacherous. I noticed he was also going for the gold balloon berries. That's another space that I can touch on. In row 2, column 1, you see the space 5 gold balloon berries. So those are like little balloons that you can suck up into your poltergust and fly around with. You may have noticed Rex flying around collecting coins.
And it can be kind of difficult if you don't know how to execute them properly.
Yeah,
And it also
but yeah,
depends on their amount of time you have until they disappear.
yeah, because the coins are on a timer. And then once you collect all of them, it gives you a little reward.
And how tight is that timing for the coins?
I wouldn't say it's terribly tight. I haven't missed it in a long time.
Okay, so it's not like the
Ooh.
terrible fate
And
that
having a
runners
bit
would
of trouble
suffer.
with Sneaker in the mines.
No, not at all.
Nice.
Sneakers are not an easy enemy to deal with. They're annoying, but I can say that there is a worse enemy that is worse than them. I'm talking about the Luigi's Mansion 3 one. The purple ghost from that game.
But yeah, that guy is pretty tough to deal with. Rex claiming 7 gems treacherous.
Rex the 7 gems in treacherous.
Yep. I'll have to see where he goes next. See if he wants to finish off the 5 gold balloon berries, or start a new objective. Yep, he's going into B4. This is another mission with a gold balloon berry in it, so he's probably going to be going for that.
Now, Banana going into this small quarry section, we've got a little bit bigger of a problem, and that's dealing with the strong ghost variety. Basically, these crystals just buff them up, and they've got more HP. It's no problem to deal with if you have the final Poltergust upgrade.
Yeah, we see every strong ghost variety is in column 2, row 1. So looks like Banana is getting some good progress for that space. Looks like Rex is also going for some gems here in the Haunted Towers. Like I said, gems play a huge role in Dark Moon Bingo. You'll be getting them in just about every mission. Just because they're everywhere.
Alright, just to pick in a few little things here. Well, the donation marathon that we'll be running, or that we are donating to this time, is Pure Earth. And Pure Earth is all about cleaning up toxic waste and, really preventing pollution, which is very relevant with the whole climate change and global warming thing that's been going on. Well, been very talked about more recently. So if you want any donations, or if you want to get your donations in to help support that cause, go do that. Thank you.
And plus, there is the potential glitch showcase. If we manage to get to $100 by the end of this run, donated towards the glitch showcase. So it's not a lot of time, but hey, it's not impossible. You never know what could happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. The glitches in this game are pretty impressive, like the ones that we don't use in the run.
Wasn't there a glitch or something found recently about being able to get a second Luigi model coming out or something? I watched a video on it a while ago. I can't remember. Or was that the prior game?
I think that was Luigi's Mansion 1, where they said Mario was going to be a potential character to play as.
Yeah, that would be it.
Yeah, going back to glitches, Rex a few rooms ago was in a room called Rumpus Room. There is a glitch where, for some reason, the paranormal gate is disabled and you can just walk right on through it, depending on how you capture the ghosts. Catch one of them, and then you double the second pair, and you can just walk right on through. It's one of the easiest in an any percent run.
Oh yeah, I think I've only missed that skip once.
I think, me too, I think. It can be hard in low percent because if you try to double ghosts, gold drops, and if you collect a gold bar, you can't pick it up, or you can't drop any form of gold from it. You gotta restart the mission.
Yeah, that's a nice thing for low percent. If you collect a coin, you're not like screwed over. You can actually drop the coins, but you can't drop bills or gold bars. The other two forms of gold that you can pick up. We see Rex going for the last gold bloomberry, I think. And yeah, there he goes. He marks that last space. Or that space room.
So something I'm wondering about, are there any subtle strats that perhaps in the context of a bingo that Rex and Banana may be using to help, for instance, in their movement and whatnot, that perhaps someone from an external perspective, such as us, would not notice?
Movement wise, this game doesn't have too much tech. It's mostly just run from point A to point B. Trying to think if there's any subtle other tech that we use.
Maybe. There's just not one off the top of my head at the moment.
I suppose in a very puzzle-heavy game like this, it's very much, oh, I know I need to get from point A to point B. I'll just go there. Whereas in a casual playthrough, you'd be like, where do I go next? Stumbles onto the next.
Yeah, it's supposed to be about optimizing all of that and basically cheesing through those puzzles, would it?
Yeah, none of them are really cheesable, unfortunately. There are ways to, or there's one puzzle in the game where we can finish it in one fewer step, but that's about it. At least that comes to mind. Most of the major time saves that we have in this run are skips, where we skip ghost fights in certain rooms.
So talking about all the different sort of missions, do each of you have like a particular favorite mission that you enjoy?
Not one that comes off the top of my head.
I know we do have a little bit of a recognition thing where, like, I would say that Jake's mission is King Boo, the final mission of the game. He's held the world record on that one for quite some time.
Just say I'm unique with it. And Ree over here is just like the conqueror of the IL board.
Yeah, I've got most of them. I don't really have a particular mission that's really mine.
I don't believe we have a King Boo space on this board, unfortunately.
Yeah, there is one space that requires you to capture him.
Along with Big Boo, or in this case, Boolossus, we like to call him, because Big Boo is a very cheesy name and it doesn't sound unique whatsoever.
Yeah, Boolossus from the first game kind of returns in one of the missions here. In fact, he has the same Japanese name as he did in the original, so we just call him by the same name anyways. Boolossus.
Just so you're wondering, it is possible to one-cycle him in this game. Except it's just very hard.
Yeah, it's much more difficult than it is in the original. See, Rex now in the bonus mission. So I guess I could talk about bonus missions. Whenever you capture all the boos in a mansion, there's an extra bonus mission that gets unlocked. It's nothing too exciting. You just go around the mansion one more time and you catch little waves of ghosts. But one useful thing about the bonus missions is that they give you access to most of the mansion. So that's probably why Rex is here. You can see he's getting a gem. Most of the gems will be available in a bonus mission.
We do take the bonus missions as a huge advantage in a all gems run. Very useful. Unlike the other Luigi's Mansion games when it comes to collecting gems, considering our game is mission-based, we don't start over like doing an any % run to collect all the gems. We do it just from starting in a bonus mission and going around to recollect the gems, which is very nice. And also, not to mention, bonus missions are an RNG nightmare.
Oh
All
yeah,
the
for sure.
all the waves in the bonus missions are completely random.
Which makes going for the world record on those missions very, very difficult.
It takes a lot of grinding in order to actually get the pattern you want. So shoutouts to Rex for actually having the time and the ability to deal with it.
Oh yeah, Rex is a very avid bonus mission player. He got all the bonus mission world records at one point and held them for quite some time.
I believe he still has a few. Am I right?
Yeah, he has 4 of them, I believe.
And you have 2 other of them, I suppose. Wait,
Well, there's
One
only
of them.
5.
yeah, not 6. What am I saying? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Banana marking the all gold greenies mine space. I thought he had collected all of them. He has been in mines for quite some time, but he is going to get 3 spaces from it. The all gold greenies mines, 7 gems mines, and 12 gems.
And this mission he's on in particular is a very long one, quite honestly. It's, I believe, the one of the longest in the game.
Yeah, it is the longest.
Only if we could find a skip that lets us get down to that door outside the gondola without having to unfreeze the pole zip lines. Because it does look like that door down there is unlocked. It does have a hitbox, so you can go through it.
Well, if the zone is loaded, potentially you could find a way to clip out. Is there many like clips in this game? Is there a way to get out of bounds?
There's a few different methods, but
Yeah.
none are pretty universal. They're all pretty unique.
I've personally took some time into looking and seeing if I could get over there somehow. I've tried to use Toad from the first mission, but I don't think I've had any success. It's not easy because if you tried to go off the ledge and you're on one side of the level, the game will basically put you on that side of the level, unfortunately.
Yeah, I also take back my previous statement. There's actually one method to go out of bounds that can be used in many spots, but it requires a specific object. A filled water bucket is pretty good for going out of bounds in a corner.
Yeah.
You can sort of pull Luigi on top of the water bucket and he'll start a falling animation and then he'll clip out of bounds sometimes. It can be done with a few other objects, but the other objects are much more difficult to use.
Yeah, the most common out of bounds trick being the one right outside the Haunted Towers gate. Unfortunately, it's not useful whatsoever in a speedrun. These levels operate very differently than the first game. All of them are in separate individual rooms. So if you try to go to another room by going out of bounds, it doesn't work like that. If that makes sense.
There is basically no way to reach it without going through the intended way. There is, it basically is impossible, is it?
Yeah, I think. It's not like the first game, because in the first game, the out of bounds glitch, you could just clip through the wall and then start walking above the ceiling. No. Like, I believe all of these individual rooms are... What's the word I'm looking for? Are just individual. So the game, in order to actually load the next room, you have to walk through the door, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so you have to actually make your way to the door out of bounds on the outside of the room. And when you go through the door, you actually go through the door kind of backwards. So you walk into the room that was loaded and out of bounds into the next room that loads.
The game
that sounds
thinks
weird.
the game thinks you're in that room, so that's why you don't see Luigi.
But yeah, it's very the out of bounds in this game is pretty picky. If you stray too far off course, or if the out of bounds wasn't done in a certain way, it'll send you back inbounds very quickly.
Yes, for you mentioned there was basically only one use to it, which was for the gate. But pretty much, yeah, overall, not much use.
No, unfortunately.
Are there any other like almost tricks we could say, if you could call them that way? Like you would think, oh, out of bounds, that could completely break things, but then you realize, oh wait, no, it actually doesn't work. Are there any other tricks that are that way in this game?
There are a few, although it would take a long time to cover most of them. There's in particular, one that comes to mind is one of the Polterpup missions, where you chase around the Polterpup. There's a spot where we think you might be able to catch him early before the end of the mission, and we've made it to him. We've gotten to the Polterpup, but he doesn't have a hitbox. You can't actually stun him, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Yeah, so unfortunately that skip didn't make it.
Is it the one in B5?
I was thinking about C4.
Oh.
Yeah, you use EGAD storage to get to it.
Oh, interesting. I don't think I ever seen it. I should look at it eventually.
So how do you feel about Egad's actual first name being revealed?
We don't really mention his first name.
Because
Elvin.
I think it was only really mentioned in Luigi's Mansion 3, or was it mentioned before then?
I think it was mentioned before then.
Okay.
It was mentioned in the first game.
I just remember just a streamer I was watching who was playing it got really surprised at seeing that, but of course he just must not have known.
No, his first name was in the first game. He was like, I, Professor Elvin Gad, something, something, something.
Yeah,
Okay, I see.
remember that.
So about just like what each person is doing, is there anything they're doing that gives away what goal they're going to?
Well, we see Rex going for a gold greenie at the moment. Definitely indicative that he's going for the all gold greenie space in row 1, column 1. Also, there's another space, 11 gold greenies. And with how many gold greenies I've seen these runners getting, I'm pretty sure they're probably getting close to that.
I do believe Banana's trying to low percent B5 right now. And unfortunately getting that slow victory animation. This game has a small bug, or just a small, I think you would call it a bug,
Yeah,
that causes Luigi to perform a animation slower than usual. It's annoying, but it just happens. I think there is a theory to it, and we came up with it. If Luigi is pressed up against an object or runs into an object while collecting, like a key, for example, he'll just go slower than he usually does.
Yeah, Rex getting another gold greenie here. Pretty complex puzzle to make this one appear.
If I'm correct, it's your favorite, right?
One of my favorites. I don't really have an exact favorite. Also, pay attention to Banana's screen. He's going to be doing conservatory skip in just a moment. I know Rex did it earlier in the run, but I didn't have time to point it out before he did it. Also, he's being very careful to avoid the coins on the ground, because he is trying to low percent this mission.
So how does that work? That skip?
So the door is active for some reason.
Oh, he didn't go for it. Interesting. He's restarting the mission.
Weird. He ran at the door too fast. So when the poltergeist leaves the room will light up, and then you're just expected to go through, or try to go through that door. But as you saw there, when he tried to do that, the ghosts, they spawned in. However, if you get close enough to the door, but not close enough to the trigger, the X for the door appears, and you can actually go through the door, like, sort of outside of the range of the trigger for the fight. For some reason, that they just didn't disable the door.
Completely. Which actually makes me now wonder why they wouldn't do that.
They must have just forgotten, because there's other places where he theorized skips like that to be possible, but they're not, because the door is completely disabled. You can't even press X on it.
Mm.
Like similar ambush style fights.
There is another similar scenario in the first mission of Haunted. We call it Greenhouse Skip. Ghosts are trying to ambush you once again, and in order to actually get past them, you have to search an object in order to fully get past them. Hopefully we can see that somewhere in this run, or in this matchup.
Yeah, I'm not sure though.
To me personally, it's the second hardest, in my opinion. It's a very specific place in order to search the object, and right as you get ambushed.
If you pay attention to Rex's screen, he's going to be taking damage from this spider. And he's going to get invincibility frames during that, and be able to stun the sneaker without getting scared. Usually Luigi would jump in the air and get really scared. But invincibility frames will cancel that animation.
Oh, I
So
love this.
basically you can get straight away to just catching it then.
Absolutely,
Exactly.
yeah. If you don't... Yeah, go ahead.
It's one of my favorites personally, because you just giving that sneaker.
Oh, Banana's going for the skip.
Oh, there you
you
go.
got it.
Yeah, you're just not caring for that sneaker whatsoever. I just
Nice.
like it.
So I see in the chat there's gaming asking, which level can you get 1,500 gold?
So, yeah, do you want to answer this one?
I think you'd have a better knowledge on it.
Alright, so actually the mission that Rex is in right now is a pretty good one. There's a ghost fight that's coming up, and in this game, most of the gold that you get is from the ghosts, actually. Here he's getting some gold there. In fact, he's probably going for that space right now, judging by him going for that gold.
There's a lot of methods in order to get gold, from gauging from 1 to 3 on the poltergeist gauge, and just doubling or tripling ghosts in general. It's a very useful strat we use at any percent in order to grind out some gold.
But yeah, typically missions that have a lot of ghosts in it are good for getting a lot of gold.
And also, if you collect 200 gold within the time you're in the mission, if you search an object after you collect 200 gold, you can collect a gold bone. which costs 200 gold.
Can I quickly remind of some of our upcoming incentives again?
Sure, go for it.
Alright. We have an incentive coming up right after this run that the runners do a glitch showcase. Unless you donate $100 within the next half an hour, that probably won't happen anymore. But if you're a fan of other Mario games, let's say Super Mario Sunshine, then I've got good news for you. Because we're gonna limit the runners in which nozzles they can use. We're currently at 67 out of $100 for that, meaning we are only missing $33 for that incentive. And I think that is a really good incentive to donate to. So yeah, if you've got some, then you could donate it for that. Or you much rather like Darkest Dungeon and would like to name one of the characters in that game. There are currently not many options. Currently, there is only Monka S at $2, but maybe you have a good idea on what you want to name one of them.
And you do have many heroes in Darkest Dungeon. Both of us will. Oh, there are quite a lot of heroes. Each of them can be named anything from 1 to 16 characters. The sky is the limit, really. If you really want to see which your favorite character, your favorite name, be brutally go insane or die in some way, feel free to do that incentive.
I find it really appropriate that our last conversation before that started was about gold, because indeed, really, let's get those donations in. It's all gonna be worth it. It's all for Pure Earth, which, you know, has assisted nearly 5 million people worldwide. So definitely, let's get it. You know, it's all worth it for the charity.
We'll see Rex on the results screen here, see how much gold he got. And yep, that's plenty for the objective. C2 is one of the best missions to farm gold on before one of the later missions in the game.
Unfortunately, Banana's not getting that bomb stun. If you're quick enough, you can actually stun that bomb right in the window before EGAD calls. It's a very useful strat.
We'll see if he goes for a strat here. See if he gets it. Oh, I think he got it. So he flashed those bombs at the same time that he got those greenies, and those bombs actually stunned that slammer there. Usually you have to search for him in the sand. It takes a long time, but those bombs really speeded that fight up a lot. It's kind of tight.
That strat can go so many ways depending on how the greenies act.
Yeah, it's really difficult because in order to stun the greenies, you have to use the strobe bulb, but the strobe bulb also activates the bombs. See, I believe Rex. Yeah, Rex is actually in the same mission as Banana at the moment. One thing that we see in this mission is a few different types of greenies. We see this kind here actually that Rex is going for. One of the spaces is 6 greenie types. So the greenie is a very interesting ghost. It can take on many different forms of attack styles. They can use pots and pans as weapons. Other times they can put on a welder's mask to protect themselves. Oh, he's actually quitting out before the next type. There's another type called a tornado greenie. You might have seen it on bananas. screen. He was fighting those greenies that were in tornadoes in the sand. Yeah, there's many more than 6.
They're your basic Goomba enemies, except they just get really creative with the atmosphere and their surroundings.
I guess that's why they're called greenies. They're the basic ones.
Yep. Plus, they can take on the form of a mummy. I think who's just on screen with mummies?
Rex was in C2 earlier.
Yes, that's it.
See, Banana going into E2.
Think he's gonna
Oh,
go
he's
after...
changing his mind.
Oh, okay.
Going to E3 instead. We see that 3 missions treacherous is one of the remaining spaces, row 2, column 2. He's already finished the last mission here, I believe. So he just needs 2 more missions to finish off that space.
I am going to assume that he is doing E3 as one of the missions, and E2 also has another mission, but also to get Booper Trooper.
It's true, E2 contains that other Boo. He's already caught the one in A4.
Yellow. Ciao.
Rex is in C5 at the moment. I wonder what he's going for here. Maybe all gold greenies clockworks. Because I know he was going for the gold greenies in C1 there. That's the only reason he went into that mission. In fact, this mission that Rex is in is one of the glitchiest missions in the game.
Oh yes, very glitchy. There's a crash.
Yeah.
There's a crash. There's a skip, actually. Hopefully we'll get to see that. And yeah, I think that's all.
There's also a soft lock and a well, there's multiple soft locks. There's actually probably like maybe 4 soft locks in this mission.
Oh jeez.
That's pretty shocking. Why is this mission particularly glitchy?
Oh, Rex is going for something.
He clipped through.
I'm not entirely sure.
Oh,
There's
wow.
just a bunch going on. It's also one of the longest missions. There's a lot of different things going on with this area.
I suppose it might have to do with the scope, then perhaps.
Yeah, Rex is going for a really cool trick here. I hope he gets it. He's gonna be
yeah,
going.
I know which one he's talking
He's gonna be
about.
trying to catch these slammers out of bounds.
There it is.
Oh, he got. Let's see.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh no, he got pushed out. Unfortunately. Oh, he's going for a 3rd try.
Yeah, this weird glitch is cool.
Yeah.
Can-
Yeah, go ahead.
You can get out of bounds. This is almost like another out of bounds trick. You can get clipped down under near the giant gear that he's on. As far as I've seen, maybe you can add a little more detail to that.
Yeah, so if he does get this, he's gonna go around the back of the of this floor, or this room, I should say. And those 2 red ghosts in the back. Oh, I think he might have gotten it.
Yeah, he got it.
He's gonna try to catch those guys from out of bounds. Oh wait, no, he's not gonna catch them. He's gonna collect the key.
I think he's going for the gold greenie up there too. Yeah, he is.
Oh, that's all he's doing. Oh, that's right.
To make things a little easier.
Oh, then he just walks back and bounds.
No problem whatsoever. Oh yeah, and then there's the other
Then
one,
he
the
gets the other
locker.
gold greenie.
Yeah, there are quite a few in this room, only 2.
But yeah, very cool trick. In fact, that trick was almost faster. It was slower than doing it the normal way by just about a second. Unfortunately, it would have been it would have been the first out of bounds glitch that would have been viable for using in actual runs. But
So-
unfortunately, it was slower.
So much potential. But unfortunately, it just had to be a little slower.
So it is one of those famous cases of almost things, basically.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Yeah.
we talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure other speedrunning communities can relate.
Oh yes, indeed. The almosts.
Yep.
Here's another instance of that slow animation.
Yeah, Rex
That-
getting up very slowly there.
That piece of machinery right there is very common to just cause a slow animation. I honestly don't know why, but I go up to it very slowly when I approach it, so I don't accidentally trigger the slow animation.
How much time do you lose when you've got this animation? Is it that significant?
It can kill a mission run for sure.
It depends really. Slow animations go from it can be either a mildly fast or mildly slow animation or a very slow one. It depends really.
Yeah, I'd say the worst one with that machine that Rex inspected, that one can lose probably upwards of 5 seconds.
That
Wow,
would
yeah.
that would have killed world record right there if it
Yeah.
was world record.
Maybe not that much, but it's at least 3 for sure. So it's very useful to know how to try to avoid them.
Rex unfortunately not getting that small animation skip. There is a way to skip over that animation where Luigi's just shaking his fist at the greenie for scaring away the dog. If you get on the balance beam at a very specific spot, that animation won't be triggered. Do I know why? No. I have several questions about this game that I don't know. Now, this room Rex is in right now can actually cause a crash to occur. Correct me if I'm incorrect. I think if you stun the greenie and the slammer too quickly, it just causes the game to crash.
Yeah, it's related to that. There's a few more things that go along with it, but if you stun them too early and then you start to capture them, the game crashes when you capture the slammer. It actually killed a few of my runs when I started to pick up this game.
I mean, is a window for that crash to happen large? Or you being too fast?
Not really. It's a pretty
No.
small window. It wouldn't happen that often.
I
This
just
is
make sure.
surprising.
I just make sure to let the greenie taunt me and then I flash him. I have killed an any percent run because I was totally unaware of the crash. I was like, what? I was so confused.
We're quite in an interesting situation right now because both of them are at 9 golds done, and there's not that many golds left anymore for them to lock themselves out of. So, what would you like? What would be your opinion on the situation?
Well, yeah, this has been a phenomenal race so far. Both runners being very close together the whole time. I think Rex might have the upper hand here because he has just about one more pull to pro mission to go, I believe. And he's already got 1,500 gold on one mission. He just needs 1,000 on another to finish that 1,000 gold 2 mission space. And he's also probably working his way towards 3 missions Clockworks, perhaps. But I don't know, we haven't seen him finish any missions, and actually he finished C2, I believe. So, Banana, on the other hand, he's going for 3 missions Treacherous, A4 Boo and Booper Trooper, and most likely all gold greenies Treacherous. So actually, now that I think about it, this is going to come down to the wire. But I would still say Rex has the slight advantage at the moment.
Yeah, both of our runners are quite experienced with bingo. They're both experienced in general, but I can say they're both really good at bingo.
Yeah, I'd say actually the turning point for this is going to be the 6 greenie type space. I think the player who gets the 6 greenie type space is going to win this game.
Oh yes, this one awkward greenie, or gold greenie spot. For some reason, the game developers were like, let's put a gold greenie in that red shrub right there. It makes no sense, but if you happen to just start vacuuming on that bush, a gold greenie will appear.
Do we have time for donation?
Yeah, sure.
We have a $13 anonymous donation saying, Sunshine is too easy, right? So make them suffer. Thank you very much, Anonymous. And then we also have a $11 donation by Le Gaming with no comment, but thank you very much as well for your donation.
It means now that we are, from what I see, $20 away from Super Mario Sunshine's incentive to be complete. We're getting closer and closer.
Oh yeah. Hey hey.
But yeah, thank you so much for your donations. It's amazing.
We've seen a lot of C1 in this game here.
Mm-hmm.
Ciao.
Now Rex being able to show off that early bomb flash.
Mm-hmm. Also, Banana
Strat.
dealing with some mummies here.
He has Toad also, which kind of makes me question. In a basic full game run, we don't usually take any of the Toads anywhere because there are ghosts in the corridors that can interrupt us from progressing.
Yeah, he's a bit of a pain. Also, Rex not able to get the bomb trick, so he will have to use the normal strategy to get that slammer.
And as you can see, I think you can see why we don't take Toad everywhere, because Luigi is obviously being a gentleman and letting Toad go through first. But that's too time consuming, so you get my point.
Banana must have just reached 1,000 gold on this mission. That was a space that I was thinking Rex would get. Not sure which other mission Banana had 1,000 in.
I didn't see it, but did he get the gold bone?
Not sure. I think the other mission that he would have gotten 1,000 in would have been maybe D1. He got a bunch of gold greenies there.
Nearly getting that triple right there.
Yeah,
Easiest triple in the game.
It's a
Not
tough
really.
one.
It's just a running gag in our community to say, hey, that's the game, when it really isn't.
Mario. Wowie. Oh. Yellow. Ciao.
It's really Monkey's to be watching this and seeing that there is like 7 minutes left on the estimate, and you see that things are getting more and more intense. So it gets even, like, you know, you've got the anticipation seeing how things will go.
It's coming down to the wire for sure.
Yeah, Banana just now triggered the courtyard fight with Boober Trooper and these two other sneakers who actually can be a real pain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
three
Bananas.
others. Yeah, there are three others.
This is
my
probably
bad.
the toughest fight in the entire game.
Final boss right here, Kappa.
Because these
So-
purple ghosts are nasty.
So you said earlier. Oh, go ahead.
Going back to a low percent run, this courtyard fight isn't easy. Once again, no, actually scratch that. When you obviously bounce a boo everywhere, they drop coins. In a low percent run, I'd say go for Booper Trooper first, and then take out the sneakers, because obviously the sneakers can drag you and you can drop coins. Just a little tip, and just a little fun fact.
Both players are tied again.
I'm getting the feeling we're getting very close to the end.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Where'd the toad go?
Oh no.
I'm rather curious. What's going on here?
This is very tragic, actually.
Did Toad get out of bounds?
Yeah, he must have.
I never knew that.
Rex is going for a skip here. He's waiting for a mouse to damage him. Then he's going to use those iframes to try to get a flinch skip. Oh, he missed it. When those greenies come out, they scare you. But if you skip getting scared, you can sometimes run through that paranormal gate that spawns there.
The open window is kind of slim. It's possible, but it's not free.
Yeah, it's one of the toughest skips in this game.
There is another way we can do it, but it's way harder. There was a spider in that tunnel when Rex first got down there. You can push it to where you would usually get hit by the mouse, but it's just very hard to do it. And to people who can actually do it, shouts to them. I think you've done it before, Reed,
Yeah.
am I correct? Yeah. It's not easy.
Not at all. We'll see. Banana might go for it. Probably not the spider strap, but maybe the mouse.
Nah,
Yeah, there's a spider there. He just killed it. That's the spider you would use for the very fast version of it. Yeah, he's gonna go for it. He's gonna wait for that mouse.
Yeah, you have to
Alright,
be
so he
very,
gets
very
it.
quick. Yeah, there
Oh,
you
you
go.
got it. Pay attention. He's catching a ghost here. So you may wonder why he did that. You know, just keep on going. Why are you going back and catching a ghost? But if you don't do that, when you reach the end of the mission, it actually crashes. It's very bizarre. So you have to catch at least one of those two ghosts to make sure the game doesn't crash.
I've had moments where, for some reason, the strobe bulb wouldn't stun a ghost. I'm like, hello, can you please stun it?
Yeah, sometimes it's tough to get the strobe up to reach through that wall. Like the collision just isn't right.
Quite honestly, that's a lot talking from the strobe bulb in this game.
That is true. The strobe bulb is a monster in this game.
Very, very broken, but we use it to an advantage immensely. It got slightly downgraded in LM, but it's still
Oh.
salvageable.
Very much so. Heavily.
Now, we don't talk about the strobe bulb from the LM 3DS remake. That we don't talk about ever. They didn't know what they were doing, clearly.
Yeah, Rex, I believe, is gonna have the upper hand here. Maybe. I don't think he has as much progress. Oh, almost missing the dog there.
There's the strobe bulb being a god again. Strowob
Yeah.
can save your butt so much in an average run.
So yeah, Rex is gonna get the... Oh, he's looking for some gold now. Some gold must have fallen out of bounds. EGAD doesn't call you on some missions before the gold despawns.
For some reason, he's just like, "Hey, youngster, collect that gold."
Yeah. Some missions he doesn't care though. Like, it's interesting. He'll just call you anyways when there's some gold sitting there.
Yeah, one in particular mission, B4, which is where you go up top on a pool. Sometimes gold can fly all the way, or no, not fly. Can just go up onto a high place like outside the pool. Really thankful EGAD doesn't encourage you to collect that gold
Oh yeah, for
because
sure.
it's so far away, and when you're in water, you can just go slower than usual.
Mm-hmm. So Banana's gonna have to go around here. He got some gold on the other side of that wall. Yeah, there it is. Then EGAD calls immediately once he gets it. But yeah, 2 more spaces here.
Oh, there we go. Now we can see Bulas.
But I believe Banana's about to get 3 missions treacherous. Yeah, there it is, and that's a steal from Rex. He's on the fastest mission in the game, actually. We see Rex immediately quitting out once he notices.
Got a blast.
I believe that's the first steal we've seen. And we've got a great race here, fellas. Like, down to the
This-
wire.
As expected.
It's weird, I did not expect it to be this space.
When these
Oh,
two
damn. 12-12. The tension is real.
when
For
these
sure.
two go at it with each other in bingo, we usually expect them to get down to the wire. This isn't out of the unordinary.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
2
expected.
very balanced players. Well matched.
I wonder who has the upper hand right now.
I don't
Who-
know. I've seen them both going for gold greenies, but I believe Banana
Yeah.
has more. I think Banana just has this one here.
Yellow.
The pressure is on.
Monka W moment.
Because, yeah, Rex still has to light the rocket ship fuse and search
Wow,
some
this-
boxes here.
Now that you think about it, this really is going to come down to wire.
Nah,
Yeah.
Banana's got this.
Yeah.
He's coming to the
This-
last one right now.
The gold greenie right over here in this small graveyard. Just gotta light out or blow out its candles, and there it is.
Yep.
Oh my gosh! Is that a tie? No, wait.
Wait, does he still
Look-
have another?
Well,
Is
but
he not?
on my screen, they both were collecting the gold greenies at the same time, so I immediately assumed that was gonna be a tie.
No. Banana's still got some more to go. I thought that was his last one.
Yeah, and Rex needs to go for the rocket.
This
Maybe
is much
Rex-
closer than I thought.
Maybe Rex has the upper hand.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh boy. This is getting real.
You see Banana going for the same log.
Oh
as
my
Rex
God.
went
Let's
for.
get some hype in chat here. Because a closer match than this you probably won't see.
Rex has the upper hand right
For
now.
sure, Rex is going for the last. I don't know if he still needs any more. I didn't see him go
Yeah.
for the E1 gold greenie yet.
Maybe he just needs to light the rocket right here. Doing the fast strats, usually you would have to pull on that string in order to light the rocket.
Where's Banana going?
I have so many questions.
I wonder if they know they're so close to each other right now.
We probably do. Maybe.
Am I?
I'm not really sure.
Heart beating super fast.
Oh, I get it. Banana's going.
Oh,
he didn't
Rex
have
is
the
not
portal.
done yet.
Oh boy. Oh no, the stream
This is so
buffering.
close.
Stream. Yeah, what's going on with your stream, dude?
Damn.
Wow, he really is. His quality is going down on my stream.
Well, at least we can still see it.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
those frames, though.
Maybe Banana has the upper hand. He's going for this Groony in the archives. It's back and forth. I don't know who's gonna win.
Oh boy.
Neither of them had the amount of gold greenies I thought they did.
Okay, now I think Banana's gonna go for the Rocket Greenie.
And I believe that should be his last one.
Yeah, Rocket hasn't been touched yet. Rex may still have a small chance right here.
I don't know though. I don't know if he got the one in E1.
Oh, Banana having trouble collecting this log.
This is getting. This is. I don't know. I really don't know anymore. Drive this match.
Chat, if you've got any like Monka S or any variation of that emote in among your emotes, well, now's the time to use it. Because right now the pressure is on and won't stop until.
Oh, Banana takes it.
wow.
GG.
Oh boy.
Right now. Well, that was synchronized.
GG.
Very close game.
GG Banana.
Clap up.
GG.
Wow.
Very good game.
Both.
Oh yes, that was.
They're both really good. Yeah, they're always willing to get some Monka S's in chat.
But yeah, that was actually genuinely really good. So, yeah, overall, what are the thoughts about it?
Oh, I forgot to stop the time.
Or maybe I see that Banana is in the waiting room. I guess we should bring him in.
GG.
Good games, dude.
Papa.
GG's.
Yeah, indeed.
That was really weird. That was really.
So, were you guys seeing how close you were by the end?
I think if I didn't try and show off that thing where I went out of bounds and got the 2 gold greenies and the clockworks, if I didn't show that off, like I probably would have had enough time, but it took me like 4 tries to just climb up the gears.
No, but you get swag points for that,
Oh,
dude.
I remember.
Yeah. You went for the cool cat.
Also, this is a soft lock. I don't know if you can still see it. I don't know if you
Oh
Yeah,
no,
there's
I
changed the layout.
switched
Okay.
over now because unfortunately not reached the goal for the glitch showcase.
Oof.
That's alright.
Hopefully next time, because you guys said that
Yeah,
there's loads of
I
stuff for this
soft locked
game.
E2, so I guess that's okay too.
Oh yeah, we saw the toad.
Yeah, I
That was
didn't even know
unfortunate.
that could happen.
Hey, that made the race close though.
It's this kind of thrills that really make it amazing.
For sure, this was much closer than I thought it was gonna be.
Mm-hmm. The whole time I was like, I got one more. I can just relax. I'm gonna show this off. And then he got the 3 right. It was either 3 in a row or 2 in a row. But that did it. The treacherous.
Banana, yeah. He also did some good progress in mines,
Mm-hmm.
getting all those spaces together.
So many just massive mistakes though. Uh,
There are a bunch of points
conservatory
where
skip. I just like forgot it was a thing and I ran right into the door.
Oh
It's
yeah, I
been a while,
remember
hasn't
that.
it? LM3 has distracted us from this game. We
Oh,
forgot
you,
that
Yes,
this game
definitely.
existed.
completely restarted the mission and went for it again.
I was trying to get the double 25 seconds and the low percent.
Mm.
He did it again. I still didn't get the world record time and low percent.
So yeah, any final thoughts on the bingo?
This was fun. I noticed that Lockout was a lot more fun than when we did Double Bingo last year. I noticed I had a lot more fun with this one this time.
Oh yes,
So I was
definitely.
playing and I wasn't playing last time, so that was more fun.
Oh yes.
Seems like a reasonable reasoning. But yeah, indeed, we
Absolutely.
were told like during the commentary that indeed apparently you guys took some love for Lockout, and I suppose we can see why when we see the result.
Hmm.
Is there perhaps anything you'd like to say to people who would like to like perhaps get introduced to Luigi's mentioned Dark Moon speedrunning and bingo running?
Sure. So if you're interested in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, you can go to speedrun.com/lm2. That will have all of our leaderboards with all of our times. And then if you go to the Discord, you'll be able to join our Discord, talk with us. It also has on the speedrun.com page that has all the bingo tools. So I would like if you're just starting out, that is all the information you need on as to where uh, the ghosts are, where the gems and boos are. So I'd start there. But other than that, like yeah, if you have any questions, just pop in the Discord, ask us. We all know a
We're,
lot about the game. We'll be able to answer.
we're all willing to
All
help.
right. Well, thank you very much for that very intense showcase of Luigi's Mansion 2.
You're welcome.
We'll be right back after a short intermission with Super Mario Galaxy 2.